can't sleep anymore. Every time I close my eyes, I see her face in my rearview mirror. My name's Jake, and I'm 22 years old. 3 months ago, I thought the worst part of my job was dealing with drunk college kids ordering pizza at 3 a.m. I was wrong. Dead wrong. I worked for Tony's Pizza, delivering food around campus and the surrounding areas. The late shift paid better, and as a community college student drowning in loans, I needed every extra dollar. Most nights were routine: drop off food to cramming students, collect tips, repeat. The roads were usually empty after midnight, just me and my beat-up Honda Civic with its one working headlight. That Tuesday started normal enough. I'd finished my last delivery around 2:15 a.m., a large pepperoni to some guys playing video games in their dorm. The campus was dead quiet, and I was heading back to the shop to clock out when I saw her. She was standing at the bus stop on Maple Street, but there hadn't been buses running for hours. Even from a distance, I could tell she was young, maybe my age. She wore dark jeans and a black jacket, and she was just standing there, completely still. Something about the way she stood, so perfectly motionless, made my skin crawl. I should have driven past. Every rational part of my brain screamed at me to keep going. But she looked so small under that flickering streetlight, and it was freezing outside. Against every horror movie I'd ever watched, I pulled over. "Hey, you okay?" I called through my passenger window. She turned toward me, and I got my first good look at her face. She was pretty, with dark hair and pale skin, but her eyes looked wrong somehow. Not the color or shape, just the way she stared. Like she was looking through me, instead of at me. "I need a ride," she said simply. Her voice was flat, emotionless. "Where to?" I asked, already regretting this decision. "Just drive. I'll tell you when to stop." Every instinct I had told me to leave, but something about her desperation, or maybe just my own stupidity, made me unlock the doors. She climbed in without thanking me, settling into the passenger seat like she belonged there. The silence was immediate and suffocating. I tried making conversation, asked her name, where she was from, if she went to school here. She answered with single words or not at all. After 10 minutes, I gave up trying. That's when I started noticing the details that made my stomach turn. She had no purse, no phone, no wallet visible. Her clothes looked expensive but dirty, like she'd been wearing them for days. And there was this smell. Not body odor exactly, but something metallic and sharp that reminded me of the time I cut my hand badly working in my dad's garage. We'd been driving for maybe 20 minutes when she suddenly spoke up. "Turn left here." I looked around. We were on a rural road I'd never been down before, with nothing but farmland on both sides. "Are you sure?" "There's nothing out here." "Turn left," she repeated, and there was something in her voice that made me obey without question. The road she directed me down was even more isolated, just gravel and darkness. My headlight barely cut through the black, and I was starting to panic. Where was I taking her? Where was she taking me? "You can stop here," she said after we'd gone maybe a mile. "Here? There's nothing here." I looked around at the empty fields surrounding us. She opened the door and pulled out of the car. As she shifted to face me, her jacket fell open slightly, and I caught a glimpse of something metallic tucked into her waistband. A handle. My blood went ice cold as I realized what it was. She was watching me carefully now, and I knew she'd seen the recognition in my eyes. For the first time since she'd gotten in my car, she smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. She came to my side, and with a calm but creepy tone, she whispered, "You're very trusting," she said softly. "Most people are more careful about who they pick up." My hands were shaking on the steering wheel. I tried to keep my voice steady. "Look, I can just drive you back to town if you want." "I don't think so," she said, and her hand moved toward her waistband. Panic took over. I slammed the car into reverse and floored it, gravel spraying everywhere. She lunged forward, but I was already backing down the road as fast as I dared. In my rearview mirror, I saw her standing in the middle of the road, perfectly still again, watching me disappear into the darkness. I didn't stop shaking until I reached the main road. I drove straight to the police station, but when I tried to explain what happened, I realized how insane it sounded. A woman with a weapon who directed me to an empty field. They took a report, but I could tell they thought I was either lying or paranoid. The next morning, I found something tucked under my windshield wiper at home. A folded piece of paper with just 5 words written in careful handwriting. "Next time, don't stop driving." I quit the delivery job that day. Some people think I overreacted, but they weren't there. They didn't see that smile or feel the weight of something terrible waiting in the dark. 3 months later, I still check my locks twice before bed and take different routes home every night. Because I know she's still out there, waiting at bus stops and on empty roads, looking for the next person foolish enough to stop.